and welcome to the podcast So Casted. I'm your host, Tara Lockett. On today's topic, we will discuss the topic, the beginning to an end, also known as the love languages of T-Love 13. The quote that I want to share with you today is strong and it's heavy. But before I get into that, I want to share a story with you. It's a story about a human. No matter who you are, no matter your age, race, color, creed, height, weight, it's a human that finds love difficult. I know love won't work unless you're loving you. The story that I'm sharing with you right now is about love. The beginning to an end. We have a full heart. We give that heart to many different people daily. We put our heart and our passion in things that we do and love to do, people that we love, places we love to go, things we love to eat, people we love to see, right? We have our favorite love things. It's a language, right? But what about the pain? What about the hurt, the hate? What about the trauma, the toxic, the abuse? What about those things? The beginning to an end. There has to be a beginning to an end, to a beginning to an end, right? This topic is basically about your languages of love. If you're not sure what your love language is, as I was not sure of what my love language was, I was so graciously told by a neighbor of mine, and it's free. You can go online. You can type in your love language test. It's going to give you a test of questions. And I must tell you, be patient. I was patient after I realized, hold up, there's another question? It's worth it. It's worth taking the time to answer those questions. Love can be painful. But I need you to have enough courage to trust love one more time. And always one more time, as I quote the great Maya Angelou. Have enough courage to trust love one more time, and always one more time. The beginning to an end. Oftentimes we can get our heart broken in two, right? At least if we give too much, it could be broken, completely shattered. I'm offering you to understand your love language. I'm offering you to also compare and contrast your love language to the language of hate that you've been known and brought up in your environment, in your surroundings. That behavior, the learned behavior. You see something, you think it's okay, you learn it, you carry it. It comes to use in a very horrible time in life. And the only thing you can say is, I saw my mom do that. I saw my dad do that. This is what I know. Well, you could change that. First, you can get to know what your love language is. And then, as I've done in this situation with this title, particularly the beginning to an end, the love languages of T Love 13. And as I've said at the beginning of this podcast, your host, Tara, aka T Love 13. And I have changed it, nor did I address it, but I'm going to address it now. I changed it because I wanted my full name to be on the host topic. That's professional. Number one. Number two, I didn't even explain it. So T Love 13. Let's get into it. T stands for Tara. Of course, that's who I am. LUV stands for let us value. Let us value. It is very important for us to value ourselves. 13, as you know, I'm my mother's 13th child. So that's where the T Love 13 came in. Now, what I've done is I've taken that love language that I learned about and compared it. Why is this so difficult? My love language is words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time, acts of service, and receiving gifts. It's in that order. So if you want to know who I am, those are my languages. The language of hate was emotional abuse, sexual abuse, spiritual abuse, physical abuse, and financial abuse. So I compared those two. Words of affirmation. That's an emotional abuse. If you don't get the positive words of affirmation, you get the negative. Physical touch. That's supposed to be a love language. But most of us, we experience the physical touch in a sexual way of abuse. So we have to heal from those things, right? Quality time. I compared that to spiritual abuse. Why? Because we're giving our time. If I leave my home and I go to a other place of gathering, I don't want that to be abused. I want it to be respected and honored and appreciated, quite frankly. How is it being abused, you might ask? Gossip? You're coming to seek help and the first thing you feel is the energy of those who claim? No. I want to feel quality time. This is quality. You came through this door to quality. Acts of service. I compared that to physical abuse because it's an act. And then receiving gifts. I found that, in going through this, I found that people have a hard time to receive gifts as a love language. It's a beginning to an end. Let that be an end. Open up your heart and your mind because gifts come in all form, fashions. They come in many ways. Gifts could be a smile, could be a hug, could be a handshake, could be a wish. I wish you well. Have a great day. It could be anything. And we don't receive it. We've been so abused. And I compared that to financial. See, that's giving of the natural gifts, right? But let's take that to another realm, financial abuse. It's hard to receive because most people, when they give, there's that intent. So the financial abuse is also part of what we need to heal, but it's an intent. What is your intent? If I receive this gift, what is your intent? We all go through that, right? The beginning to an end. Have enough courage. As Maya says, have enough. Have enough. Have the audacity, but have enough courage to love one more time and always one more time. Now you see why I'm giving you guys these quotes. These quotes are nuggets for us. Yes, it was written by someone way back in her time. She's not even here anymore. She's a legend. But we can learn from the wise. Bob Marley said that wisdom speaks. I'm sorry, not Bob Marley. Jimi Hendrix said, wisdom speaks, knowledge listens. I might have them confused. Wisdom speaks, knowledge listens. So listen. We got to learn from somewhere. And I get it. We have the great book. Don't get me wrong. That's an individual relationship that I got my own thing going. Not here to judge anybody. Because before there was a book on the earth and anybody's quotes on the earth, there was still earth, right? Nature, God. Nothing man created. And that's what I put my mustard seed in. Nothing man created. Nothing man can persuade, right? So we're learning the thing of the beginning to an end. It's all in love, right? The love languages. Words of affirmation, the beginning to an end. You can put a beginning to an end. If you've been a negative individual, make it a beginning to an end. You went through a breakup, make it the beginning to an end. It's pretty much what this came from. Make it the beginning to an end. Let your begin. Just not an end. It's not the end of the world, young person. It's not the end of the world. Speak the language. Speak your language, your love language, the beginning to an end. Thank you for listening. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Make sure you comment. I really do want to hear from you. I want to hear what you're getting from me. I want to hear what can be improved. I want to hear anything that you want to talk about. As long as it's geared toward your mental healing, I'm all on board and for it. If it is a topic that you want to discuss in future show to come, please send an email to studio13socasted@yahoo.com and let's cast it. Just remember, have enough courage to trust love, to trust it. One more time. This is the beginning to an end on the podcast, So Cast It. Please take care of your mind because your mind matters.